Hello, this is Pastor Gordon. I'm pastor of New Heritage Church, and we've been talking about change for the last couple of weeks. And, we want to be the change that we want to see. So, we talk about if you want to see more love within the church, then be more loving. If you want to see more generosity, then be more generous. If you want to see more caring, be more, you become more caring for other people. Whatever it is that you want to see change. It tells us in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 20 through 24. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it talks about putting off our old self and putting our new self on in Jesus Christ. And really what it's saying there is our old self was a selfish self. It was all about us and what we could do and how we could get. And when we put on Jesus Christ, we do become more loving. We do become more merciful. We become more patient. So put off your old self and put on Jesus Christ to make that change that you want. We're going to talk a little bit about the Parable of the Sower. And a lot of times in my past anyways, when I heard about the Parable of the Sower, it talked about how some were thrown on the road, let's say, and it didn't take root very well, and the sun came out and scorched them up, and some were thrown over here on weeds, and the weeds devoured them and then ate them up, and some were thrown on good soil, and how they took root, and then there were 60 and 70 or 80, 90 fold, and it gathered into that. So I'm going to read this parable, and then I want to talk a little bit about it.
Behold, the sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground, and brought forth fruit. Some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
In Matthew, the parable of the sower, I've always learned in the past that when the farmer went out and the seeds that were being planted or landing was an example of me as the Christian. And I hung out with the wrong people, the wrong crowd, maybe I went to the bars too much or whatever, and I was thrown into weeds and they come up and sucked me up, I wasn't really grounded in the Word. I was very shallow in the Word, so I was scorched, or maybe I was a Christian that took good root, and my roots went deep and I had good strong foundation. That's not really what that parable's about. It talks about a farmer went out and spread the seeds. He went everywhere spreading the gospel. He wanted it to take deep root, but it wasn't his responsibility. His responsibility was to spread the seeds to everybody. It tells us at the very end of that, whoever has ears, listen. So that's what we're to do. We're to go change the world as Jesus commanded us and spread those seeds, spread the word of God everywhere. Some will take it and some won't. It's not our responsibility. It's our responsibility to spread the gospel, to spread that seed so other people can hear that word. Hey, if you like this, make sure you like us on our Facebook page, like us and follow us on our Facebook page along with our YouTube channel. You can like and follow us there. Share it as well. You want to make sure you share this because there's other people out there that want to hear the message. We would love to see you on Sunday, New Heritage Church, Badger Road. And also, subscribe. God bless.